What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dewey Daily, and today I'm actually going to be bringing you guys what I'm going to be calling each week a Sports Illustrated review. Now, I believe this was last week's, or if not the week before's, but this was last week's Sports Illustrated before the NFL draft. Now, the NFL draft started up Friday, ended today or last night, I believe, which was Sunday or Saturday. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go. I have the tab open right now, the results of the 2014 NFL Draft, and then Sports Illustrated's mock draft, round one. So, this is just the first round. We're not going to go into the second round because we all know those people aren't important. I'm just kidding. They still are important, just not as important. And pretty cool to look at as the first round. So, the first pick of the NFL draft, the Houston Texans selected Jadeveon Clowney. Well, this kid, he's absolutely unstoppable. He plays defensive end. He played for South Carolina, and I guess the mock draft got it right because he did go first in the draft. So that was an obvious pick. I mean, I believe if they didn't go with Jadeveon Clowney, I think they would have gone with this is my opinion, so don't hate on me or anything, but I think they would have gone with Johnny Manziel because what's his face, Matt Schaub isn't doing crap and he's just getting into a bunch of trouble. So anyway, moving on. Second pick of the draft, St. Louis Rams went with Greg Robinson, an offensive tackle from Auburn. In SI's, when I say SI, I mean Sports Illustrated. For those who don't know what I'm saying, the Rams were. This is the mock draft. They're supposed to select Jake Matthews, a tackle from Texas A&M. Now, I don't know too much about this guy, but I know St. Louis needs an offensive line to keep what's his face there, protected. I can't think of his name right now. So, third pick of the 2014 draft, Jacksonville Jaguars selected Blake Bortles. Now, this is pretty funny because in the mock draft it said they were going to be selecting an outside linebacker from Buffalo, or not from Buffalo, from USC, UCF, I should say. What? No. I'm okay. I'm getting all confused myself here. They're supposed to select from the mock draft, Kahali Mack, an outside linebacker from Buffalo, but they ended up selecting Blake Bortles. I think this was a great choice for the Jaguars, only because they need a QB. They haven't had a solid QB, and hopefully he stays there. The stadium's only like 10 minutes away from his house, so it should be pretty cool to see what he can do in Jacksonville. So, the fourth pick of the NFL draft, the Buffalo Bills selected Sammy Watkins. The Browns traded picks with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills were supposed to have the 22nd pick in. No, there's not. Now I'm confused. So this is what happened. So I'm getting really off topics, and this is going to be a long video. Fourth pick, it was supposed to be Johnny Manziel from Texas A&M. Johnny Manziel, great quarterback. He just needs to stay in the pocket more because he's going to get destroyed by a 300-pound defensive end in the NFL. He ended up going 22nd overall. We might actually only do the top 10 today. So, in the mock draft, the Browns were supposed to select Johnny Manziel, but the Buffalo Bills ended up getting Sammy Watkins. Now, that was big for the Buffalo Bills. They don't have such a great defense, but Sammy hopefully really puts the team on his back as a rookie and takes some teams down. So, the 5th pick of the 2014 NFL Draft went to the Oakland Raiders, and they selected Kahale Mack. Now, Kahale Mack was supposed to go 3rd to the Jaguars, but the Jaguars, they selected Blake Bortles. So, Kahale Mack went to the Oakland Raiders, but he was in the mock draft. They said that the Raiders were going to select Sammy Watkins. Now, Sammy Watkins being on the Raiders, it's a totally different atmosphere than the Buffalo Bills. So that was a pretty big surprise to me. A lot of trading. I'm not 100% sure on how the whole trading thing works. I'm really shaking the camera right now, but that's the 5th pick. And moving on to number 6, the Falcons. They selected. Now this is the mock draft. They selected Greg Robinson, a tackle from Auburn. Now the Falcons were supposed to select Greg Robinson, but they actually went with Jake Matthews, an offensive tackle from Texas A&M. Now, this kid, it was pretty cool because when the Texas A&M people got selected, Johnny Manziel was still sitting there waiting for himself to be picked. So he would stand up and clap. It was pretty cool. Anyway, moving on, number 7. Buccaneers selected Mike Evans in the mock draft, a wide receiver from Texas A&M, and this was another correct mock pick. Mike Evans did end up going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a wide receiver from Texas A&M, so hopefully he can shake some things up from their QB. I'm not too sure who it's going to be this year. The Buccaneers they're in their rebuilding years. So we're on number 8. The Cleveland Browns selected Justin Gilbert, a cornerback from Oklahoma State. Now this was the real draft. In number 8, the Vikings were actually going to select Blake Bortles, who went to the what am I saying? He went to the Jaguars, 3rd overall. So that was again another trade. Moving on, where are we now? We're Minnesota. So, Minnesota was actually really taking some serious thought in selecting Johnny Manziel. But because they have that Christian guy, he's not Christian as a religion. I think his last name's Christian or something like that. I forget who their QB is. He could actually seriously be a project and really fix him up. I think he's a second or 3rd year guy, and selecting this wide receiver could really, or no, what am I saying? Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings selected the outside linebacker from UCLA. It was Anthony Barr, but I got off task there. We're on number 9. Yeah, they were supposed to select a tackle from Michigan, Taylor Lewan, but that didn't happen. So, where are we now? We're on number 10, Detroit Lions. Number 10. They were supposed to go with Anthony Barr, who got picked up right before they were on the clock. So the Minnesota Vikings totally stole Anthony Barr from the Lions, but the Lions ended up picking Eric Ebron, a tight end out of North Carolina. So that this year's NFL draft was definitely a huge. It was probably one of the best I've ever seen in my 13-year life. But that's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I know this probably wasn't the most exciting video, but I really hope I did inform you. These videos will be getting better as we go on. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Please check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The links will be down in the description below. This has been Nable Do, guys. Do it daily, and I'll see you tomorrow.